What's up, guys? Welcome back to Dark Avenger Inc. Plus. Yes, you're seeing me yet again. I have a bunch of in-depth reviews this week. Of course, I am none other than J. Al Ghul. I've got like 5 in-depth reviews this week for Plus, so bear with me, guys. I know you'll probably get tired of seeing my ugly mug, but it's just how the week is. It's a pretty heavy week. Solid week. It's not too heavy, but it's not a light week. So I've got 5 in-depth reviews this week. I've got the one I did on New Avengers number 3, the one I'm about to do now, and a few more. So bear with me, you guys. Got a lot to do. A lot of good books to cover this week. So for this in-depth review, I will be covering one of my favorite indie books, and I don't think this book gets enough love because, obviously it's an independent book. I don't see a lot of other comic reviewers reviewing this, so I figured, why not give it a shot and review it on Plus, since Plus has such a wide audience. And of course, the comic I am talking about is Superbia number 3. Let me start by showing you guys the cover. Check it out. So yeah, this cover has a cool little cat fight scene going on. For those of you who aren't reading Superbia, let me go ahead and tell you guys a quick summary of what it's about. Superbia is this comic done by Boom Studios, written by Grace Randolph, and art by Russell Dodderman. Superbia, the perfect way to explain it, and the way I've heard a lot of people who've read it explain it, is Justice League meets Desperate Housewives. I'm trying to form the heart here. Justice League meets Desperate Housewives. And a lot of these, there are like a lot of Justice League parallels here, a lot of Justice League, Core 7 parallels. Marine Omega, Robbie, is the equivalent to Captain America, but that's the only Marvel one we see here so far. There's Cosmic Champion, who is the equivalent of Green Lantern. There's Sovereign, who is the equivalent of Superman, who's really interesting because Sovereign has this goody-goody, truth, justice, American way image to the public, but in reality, he kind of uses his powers, and he's like an omnipresent god, almost. So that's an interesting angle. Night Fox is the equivalent of Batman, and Agent Twilight is his sidekick. And Night Fox and Agent Twilight are actually having a affair, so they're both gay, even though and Agent Twilight actually comes out of the closet in this issue. This is a very good series because it doesn't focus on the superheroes themselves. The Metal Legion is what they call their whole Justice League thing. But it doesn't focus on the Metal Legion. It focuses on the significant others of the Metal Legion, their wives and girlfriends and their children. Like, for example, Batu, the Wonder Woman archetype. Some of this story is devoted to the fact that her son is the one to inherit her powers instead of her daughter, like she had, originally thought. But that's against the tribe's law, so they tried to kill the son. And so there's part of the story where the dad has to come and rescue him, and they fly away on a dragon. So that's interesting. Cosmic Champion, his wife, Tia, she was a former superhero, but she misses it. But she decided to team up with Eve to work. Like all the wives work together in a coalition to kind of help the Metal Legion. But she feels like it's not enough. She wants to get back into superheroing, but her husband is like, well, the Cosmic Corps already chose who should be the hero for us. I would love to have you at my side, but somebody has to stay here and keep our daughter safe. And they have that conflict there. And the most interesting conflict, other than Night Fox having a gay affair with Agent Twilight, who is his Robin equivalent. The most interesting part is Sovereign, right? So Sovereign is the Superman archetype, and Sovereign dated this reporter. Obviously the equivalent of Lois Lane in this universe. And he left her and decided to, date Hella Hart. But Hella Hart is a reformed supervillain, but they keep her in secret. He hides her in secret. He kind of just because the Metal Legion has their own private neighborhood that nobody ever goes to. And he keeps Hella Hart at his house, and she lives with him. And pretty much, Hella is there because Sovereign. He has to keep up this public image of this clean-cut good boy, but he has these kind of dark urges and impulses, and Hella is there to kind of satisfy his. He has this kind of fantasy of being the bad guy, but he doesn't want to be the bad guy because he doesn't want to ruin his image. But he knows it would be a lot of fun, so he has Hella there to kind of fill that space and help him, live out his fantasy. And I'll let you take that how you want to take that, sexually and whatever. They do. This is definitely a mature reader book, despite the cartoonish art. This is a very mature reader book, especially with some of the topics it deals with. And something very interesting about this book, it tackles it from the perspective of the significant others rather than the superheroes, so we get a completely different look. Because something I find interesting about superheroes is that their supporting cast is really what makes them interesting. Because obviously, it is interesting to see, these larger-than-life people, but it's even more interesting to see that there are people that help them that aren't as super powerful, but are just as important to the story. And I like that in this series, it's the main focus. And like I said, they address some issues in this particular issue, like Agent Twilight coming out but not revealing that Night Fox is gay. Batu's husband rescuing her son from her tribe and then flying away on a dragon. Cosmic Champion's daughter and Batu's daughter receive magic stones from Hella Heart's ex-boyfriend that are supposed to give them superpowers, but we don't know the effects of that yet. But I have a feeling it's going to be bad because they're both jealous of Eli because Eli actually inherited their some superpowers. And we also get to see, of course, Hella Heart and the confrontation between her and Sovereign's ex-girlfriend, and let's just say it doesn't end very pretty. It's a very rough cat fight. Superbia is a good series, but I honestly don't think you could jump right into the ongoing because they have a miniseries. I think it's a 4 or 5 issue miniseries that Boom did for Superbia, and it sets up everything and it tells you all the characters and all the backstory and stuff. You should definitely pick that up first before getting into this. Although the first one gives you a good background, you would very much enjoy the story a lot more if you pick up the miniseries first. So, my advice, pick up the miniseries, let me know what you think, come back, let me know what you think, and then, if you like the miniseries, let me know, and then, go and pick up Superbia, because this is definitely a good book. I'm going to definitely give this a 5 out of 5. You definitely want to see more. The art is a little cartoonish, but I like it. It fits the style of the book. And it's definitely has that great mix of drama, action, and a little bit of suspense there with some of the, foreshadowing that they do. Let me go ahead and show you guys the interior art. So yeah, that interior art, it shows Hela and Sovereign's ex-girlfriend's little confrontation. We get to see a little bit of Batu's husband and his son escaping from Batu's tribe, and we get to see a little bit of the confrontation between the Cosmic Champion and his wife. The good thing about Superbia is we don't just spotlight one character throughout the story. There's at least two subplots focusing on. There are subplots focusing on all the characters, but it's all interconnected in such a nice way that it's written very well, and it's very enjoyable. I give this a 5 out of 5. It's a definite pickup from Boom, but I suggest you get the miniseries first, the 5-issue miniseries first of Superbia, and then you pick up the single issues. We're only 3 issues in, so hopefully by the time you read the miniseries, you'll be able to catch up pretty quickly. It's very good. I highly recommend this. This doesn't get enough, press, so I'm definitely doing what I can to push it. Grace Randolph also does, a comic show on YouTube for Bleeding Cool called Stacktastic, and I'm a huge fan of that. So, Grace Randolph not only writes her comics very well, but she, has comic knowledge. She knows her comics, so that's why she's able to write this kind of, I don't want to say parody because it's not exactly a parody, but she writes these kind of archetypes very well because she's, well read within comics. So yeah, 5 out of 5. It's a great series. Definitely try checking it out. Check out the miniseries first, and then check out the single issues of the ongoing. And let me know what you think. This is Jay Al Ghul for Dark Avenger Inc. Plus signing off, and I'll catch you guys in another one of my many in-depth reviews for this week. Catch you guys later. Bye.